Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm here today to film my wrap up for the reading rush that has been going on for the past week. So during this readathon I finished 12 books, although some of them are graphic novels, so like it's not that amazing, and then got just over halfway through another book as well, so I will show you all of those. But first, I did do a little bit of vlogging throughout the week, although I didn't do enough to actually, you know, do a separate vlog. So I will insert some footage here of me talking about the books. So there you go. So it is Monday the 22nd of July, which means it's the first day of the reading rush today. And I thought I would start by having a little chat with you about my TBR because some things have changed. Tuesday and Wednesday I have interviews, which I am, you know, very nervous about. I'm not a very good person with things like that, but yes, I have some interviews, and those interviews are for school librarian jobs. So I'm feeling quite nervous, and I thought a good thing for me to do today would be to read, because reading relaxes me, and number two, to read books that I can talk about in my interview. And I have already been a school librarian before I went to Switzerland, but I was a school librarian at an all-girls school. I have read a lot of books aimed at girls, but have I read a lot of books aimed at boys? I feel like that's something you could ask me. And so I've decided to bring together my need to relax because I feel very stressed right now, and my need to read books for teen boys. And so yeah, I've added some books to this TBR that I'm hoping to read over the first few days of the readathon. So the books I've grabbed off my shelf to decide to choose from, I am hoping to restart and then finish Illuminae. So this was a book that I DNF'd at 110 pages and I didn't enjoy. However, I feel like it is actually a good book for boys who don't want to read because it's written in such a strange format, like it's written in like files and things like that. I feel like it would actually be a really good one to have read, and it'll be a fast read because of the format. So I'm going to try and get through that one. And then the other book that I want to prioritise and try and read is Goldfish Boy by Lisa Thompson, because this is a book that number one I've wanted to read forever, and number two, it was voted for the book awards in the town that I live in, so I feel like this is like a good current book to pick up. And then this was also voted in those book awards as well, 13 Hours by Narinder Dharmi, but I want to read this one just because it sounds more interesting, and then I'll try and read that one. And then the other book that I've got is Wonder by Ajay Palacio, but I feel like this is the last one on my list because it's not as current and I feel like they would expect me to go in talking about this book. Over the next 3 days I'm going to be prioritising these books just because I think that would be a good idea. So adding those to my TBR, quite clearly nervous. I have my TBR that I made the other day as well, which I am hoping to read. I'm really excited to read Nod. That one is like standing out to me as one I really want to read. I am also going to be reading Hamlet. So I got off Audible a collection of 3 radio plays of Shakespeare's works, and it was Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet and Macbeth. I've already listened to Romeo and Juliet this month and it's such a good radio play. Ian McKellen's in it and they kind of add sound effects and stuff, and it's really, really cool. I wouldn't recommend it if you aren't familiar with the play already because it doesn't really give you any character names, it just kind of starts. So if you didn't know the story or the characters already, I feel like you would find it very, very confusing. But the 3 plays in this like little collection are Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet and Macbeth, so I've already read all of those and I'm very familiar with them, so I was like, okay, this is fine for me. So yeah, the next one is Hamlet in that little collection. So I enjoy Hamlet and I want to read some more, but mainly because I want to get through Hamlet so I can read Macbeth, because Macbeth's my favourite one, so there's that. So something has been in this garden and they have pulled the cabbage out of this trough and eaten it all over the floor. But I'm unsure whether it's a bird, because birds come and eat my fuchsias a lot, or this dog who has been known to steal cabbages before. So I'm fuming. But this is my garden. I'll show you from my greenhouse because then there won't be as much wind on this. These are all my plants. I've got some parsley, cabbage. This is the first pepper actually. This is an absolutely huge tomato tree. I did not think it was going to get this big. There are some of the tomatoes growing, exciting. And there's some basil at the bottom of it. Got some spinach there, and there was some cabbage before the attack. And then there's this big vegetable box. So this has yellow courgettes in it, which are growing really well. Normal courgettes, which are here. I didn't know courgettes had this like big flower on them, so that's really cool. This big thing here that's trailing all the way up and along this fence is a pumpkin one, like pumpkins that you carve for Halloween. It's been a few hours. I've been shopping, done some washing, collected some stuff for my interview, finally found my birth certificate, which was something I was panicking about. Yeah, so far reading wise, I've read I think up to Act 1 of Hamlet. I've been listening to the radio play of it, which is really, really good. I also restarted Illuminae, which I am 40 pages into. I am actually enjoying it more than I did last time. However, I think I've hit the nail on the head with what the problem is. So this book is all done in reports and emails and interviews about an incident that's happened, which is a really cool format, but it means that everything's being told to us. We're not being shown anything. We're not present for any of the scenes where this is happening. Everything's already happened. So any sort of fear or like tension is taken out of the scene. So very early on, one of the main characters, this is like the first 10 pages, so it's not a spoiler, one of the characters gets shot as they are running away from something. Because this guy is one of the people being interviewed, you aren't scared about the fact that he's been shot because you already know he lives at the end of it because he's reporting it. So like, I think that's what the problem is. It's taking all the tension out of the scenes, the way that it's being told, because it's like reporting on past events. So I think that's what I didn't like before. I think I've managed to figure that out now. So we'll see how I get on with it. Maybe that'll change and improve as it goes on. I don't know. But I am planning to sit here and read for the next hour or so and just, yeah, delve into this, get a good chunk through it. I'm also going to start reading Goldfish Boy this afternoon, and then yeah, I might do some gardening because it's quite nice weather. Hi, so it is absolutely sweltering and I'm only going to be inside for like 5 seconds because I literally just cannot be inside, but I thought I would be inside just to update you quickly on what's been going on. I said I wouldn't be updating you today because I thought I would not, but here we are. We've had some surprises, it's been some stress, but it's been a good day. I went to my interview in Manchester with my agency people, and then he was like, oh, she emailed me to say your interview's today, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, it's fucking fine. So it's sweltering hot. I'm in a black like interviewee businessy dress. I've just gone to Manchester on the trains, then I got all the way back and I had to go there and then have an interview. So like, I feel disgusting getting to this interview, but I was like, it's fine, just gonna do it. And I did, and it was lovely, and she was lovely, and she basically just offered me the job on the spot. She was like, go back to your agency, tell them if you want to work here, and if you do, like, the job is there for you, 100% want to hire you. So I was like, exciting. So yeah, I'm going to be a school librarian again come September, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, we've had a good day, and that means I don't have my interview tomorrow, so there's not going to be a stressful day tomorrow, so I'm going to be happy and reading and it's going to be lovely. So it is nearly 4 o'clock now and I am still going to be meeting my friend today. I was going to be meeting her in Manchester, but obviously I had my interview back in the town that I live in, so I had to come home and get ready for that. But yeah, I'll still be meeting her, so that'll be exciting. I feel like I don't need to tell you how hot it is. My face is probably just like reflecting and glistening with how hot I am. In terms of reading, I have read a little bit more of Goldfish Boy. I'm on page 150 now and I am absolutely adoring it still. I think it is such a good book and such a good book for kids and teenagers, like young people in general, to like learn about mental health issues, and I'm just really, really enjoying it. And it's such a beautiful book. Like, I'm not someone who cares about bending spines. I don't know if you can see from any of these books behind me. Oh, there's a bin behind me. I'm sorry that that's there. Just like amazing YouTuber there with my bin behind me. It's even worse now I've drawn attention to it. Anyway, yeah, if you can see any of the books behind me and not the bin, you'll probably see like all my spines are broken. Like, it's just not something I care about. I want my books to feel well loved, so like I don't care if they get destroyed. But this one is so pretty that I'm like, I'm not destroying the spine on it, I'm keeping it intact, which is not like me. I've even matched up the page flags to be blue because the cover's blue. That's how much I'm enjoying this book. That's That's not something I do often. So really enjoying that one. And then I've been carrying on with Illuminae. I am on page 238 so far. Have bent the spine on this one. I'm intrigued enough to finish it, and it is like very easy to read. It's very fast to read, so it's a good one to read for a readathon, I guess. I'm still not loving it. I feel more invested, but again, like I think it's just the reporting. You're never in the scenes, you're always having the scenes reported to you, so it's kind of just like not the same as if you have like a book where you're in the story and you're in the midst of things happening. Like, it's very different to that, and I'm not keen on that. So yeah, that's how far I am in that. Yeah, very, very, very good day. Very good reading update, very good life update. I have a job, yay! But yeah, I am gonna go outside because I'm too hot. I'm gonna not be wearing this fucking boiling dress anymore. I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna chill and read for a bit until my friend finishes work, and then go out and do something lovely with her. Probably try and find some cider because it is so hot, and I'm so happy that like it feels like a cider day. That's my update. See you later. So I've just finished reading Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgal, which was absolutely amazing, of course, and I read it in the same spot the whole time, next to my greenhouse. So build that challenge for the reading rush. This was just fantastic. This is the first book that I've finished for the reading rush so far, which is quite a surprise because I feel like I've been reading a lot, but I'm reading like 5 books at the same time, so I'm not actually finishing any of them yet. So yeah, this is the first one I finished, and I finished it for that. There's something else that I picked this book for as well. It was for something else, but I can't remember what, but I finished it anyway. I also listened to a little bit more of the Hamlet radio play while I was eating my breakfast, so that was nice. And I finished editing my Mansfield Park review video, so that's good. Getting that uploaded now, and I try and edit some more stuff because I have some more videos that I've filmed recently that I want to edit. The book I'm really wanting to pick up at the moment is Goldfish Boy. No surprise there, because apparently like I'm in love with this book right now. I say apparently, I am in love with this book right now. So I'm going to read a little bit more of this, do some editing, and yeah, that's how my day is going. Very lovely. Okay, so hi, it is a few days later. It is still the reading rush barely. It's the last day, it's Sunday. Stopped filming because I was busy. I did a lot and didn't end up filming. However, I have still been reading quite a lot, so I thought I would just update you as to how today is going because I'm having quite a nice reading day today. I started reading Charlotte's Web by E.B. White, which I've never ever read before, so this was quite an exciting one for me, and I am 138 pages into it. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's reminding me a lot of Heidi by Joanna Spyri, which is a book that I absolutely adored when I was in Switzerland, so really enjoying this guy. I think because I read Seconds and I was like, oh my god, Seconds is amazing. So today I've read volumes 1 and volume 2 of Scott Pilgrim, and I'm just about to start volume 3, and I'm going to try and just read them all today, because the only thing that bothered me about the Scott Pilgrim series is that I bought it gradually over the space of about a year, maybe 7 months, something like that, and because of that I read them really sporadically, and I feel like because it's a graphic novel and because the events of it happen so quickly after each other, it would actually serve so much better to read it like in quick succession, which I can say after reading volumes 1 and 2, it is definitely a very good book to read in succession. So yeah, really enjoying that. Just made myself a cup of tea, and I have these. I'm sorry for all the crinkling, it's probably not going to sound good on the microphone, but these are Marks and Spencer's chili tortilla chips, which my mum bought me. They sound delicious. M&S food is always amazing. So I'm going to sit in my nice comfy chair with my penguin blanket and my cup of tea and my chili chips, and I'm gonna carry on reading the Scott Pilgrim series, and I'm really excited to do that. Okay, so that was past me talking about some books. So the books I mentioned in those clips, I'm not really going to talk about that much here. So the first one was obviously Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgal. Very much enjoyed it. A great reread. Love it. Then obviously finished Hamlet. Really, really enjoyed rereading this one, and the radio play is fantastic. I will try and put up the cover for the radio plays so that you can go and find them on Audible if you would like to listen to them. They're very, very good. Then I finished Illuminae by Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I can't remember if I updated about this. Didn't enjoy this. I didn't rate it on Goodreads because I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it. I've already DNF'd it before, but obviously I was reading it for the interview stuff, so I wasn't reading it for enjoyment, and I didn't get much enjoyment out of it. I actually found I skipped a lot of the chapters that were going on because the way that it's set up, it's just so much info dumping, which I really didn't enjoy. So yeah, this isn't a book for me, although I wouldn't necessarily say it's a terrible book. Then we had Goldfish Boy, which I gave 5 stars. This is by Lisa Thompson. I adored this book. This book is amazing. It is an amazing book in general, book for me, and it is a book that's aimed at kids, and I think it would be a fantastic book for kids to read. It focuses really heavy on mental illness and someone coming to terms with having a mental illness, who is a child, the reasons behind their mental illness developing, and just acceptance of that and all that sort of stuff. It was absolutely wonderful. I will just give a warning here. I think this could be triggering for anyone who has OCD. So our main protagonist in this develops OCD throughout this book, and that is the basic premise of it. If you are someone who suffers with it, I think this could be pretty triggering because it's from the viewpoint of this kid who's got it, and obviously like you're seeing his thoughts go around his head and why he is doing the things he's doing his compulsions, all that sort of stuff. And obviously there's parts where he does damage himself, like cleaning his hands so repeatedly that they'll crack or bleed and things like that. I feel like that could be quite triggering if you actually had OCD. But like I said, would highly recommend. This is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Then I reread Seconds by Bryan Lee O'Malley, which I loved very, very, very much. I think it's the 3rd time I've read it now, and every single time I just love it. It's just such a perfect standalone graphic novel that is just, yeah, it's great. It's absolutely great, and I adore it, so I would highly recommend it. And then after I read that, I was really in a Bryan Lee O'Malley mood, and so I reread the whole of the Scott Pilgrim series yesterday, which was wonderful. It's actually really nice to just pick them up and read them one after the other, and I definitely had a really good reading experience with doing that, and I ended up agreeing with the ratings I gave these books the first time round, which is 4 stars. This is a solid 4-star series for me, and I absolutely adore it. And then I did finish an audiobook during the week, and that was Bridget Jones's Diary. I gave this 3.5 stars, but I'm not going to talk about it that much here because I am also doing a wrap up for Jane Austen July, in which I'm probably going to talk about it a little bit more because I read it as part of Jane Austen July. Obviously it's a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. I did enjoy it though, it was quite a good read. Gave it 3.5. And the last book I picked up is Charlotte's Web by E.B. White, although I haven't finished it. I am 138 pages in, which is just over halfway, and I'm really, really enjoying this. It is reminding me a little bit of Heidi by Joanna Spyri, which is a book that I adore. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this one. I'm definitely going to continue reading it and hopefully finish it before the end of this month. So these are all the books that I finished during the reading rush. I actually had a really good time with the reading rush this year. They are all the books that I read. Let me know down below what you read for the reading rush, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!